Check out this scenario. You sell your course for $12,000. You have a 12% close rate. Your content produces 8 leads a week. That means you win 1 sale per week, make $12,000 a week, and you make $48,000 a month. Not terrible, but watch this. You decide to start asking questions in order to understand your prospect's pain, and you see your close rate go up by 8%, which means your close rate is now 20%, which means you are winning 1.6 clients a week, and you are now making $76,800 a month. Your monthly revenue just jumped from $48,000 to $76,800 a month. You almost double your sales revenue by understanding one thing: your client's pain. Okay, Seth, but how do you do that? By positioning your product as the solution to their pain. Today, I will show you how to do this using 5 simple questions. Hold on, Seth, hold on. What if they say they're all good, they don't need anything? How do I handle that kind of objection? I will show you exactly how to deal with that objection as well. By the way, I'm Seth Keep It Real. I turned my expertise into a course and sold $1.5 million in year 1 in gross profit, $2 million in gross profit in year 2, $2.8 million gross profit in year 3, and $3.9 million in gross profit in year 4. One day, Kabir, a sales guy on our team, asked this question. He goes, Seth, if you could only give me just one piece of advice, what would it be? And I said, find out what's bothering the client, the prospect. Then position our training as the solution. Pitching your product before finding your prospect's pain points is like water without thirst. It's like food without hunger, or an answer without a question. Learn this skill and you will make way more money. All right, question number 1. Here's what you ask. What is your ultimate reason? Now, let's say you're selling a course on how to play pickleball. Hold on, Seth, hold on. If she's interested in my course and I teach how to play pickleball, I already know her ultimate reason. It's to learn how to play pickleball. Incorrect. You are making an assumption. Seth, how do you know that? Did you ask her why she wants to learn how to play pickleball? Oh, okay. Lucy, why did you want to learn how to play pickleball? Well, because I want to spend more quality time with my family. I haven't seen my kids' faces since the iPhone update. Now you understand what's really driving Lucy. Family time. Pickleball is just a means to an end. And now you have way more influence in closing a sale, because instead of focusing on how great it is to learn pickleball, you will focus on how pickleball is a fantastic path for Lucy to build lasting memories with her kids whom she loves. See how that just went 10,000 leagues deeper? Okay, great, Seth, that makes sense. But Seth, what if she doesn't give me her ultimate reason? Like what? Well, she says, oh, well, it's something I've always wanted to learn. That doesn't sound like an ultimate reason. Okay, then keep asking her why until she gives you her ultimate reason. Hey, Lucy. Yeah? Why is pickleball something you've always wanted to learn? Well, because my friends have been playing for years and I'd love to hang out with them on the court. Boom. You just found Lucy's ultimate reason to spend time with her friends. Okay, question number 2. What does success 6 months from now look like to you? Here's how I would put it. Lucy, let's say I agree to help you starting today, all right? I teach you everything I know and do everything I can to help you get results. Now, imagine you were sitting in a coffee shop with me a year from now. What would have happened in your life, both personally and professionally, for you to feel happy with your progress? By the way, I always give credit where credit is due. I stole this question from Russell Brunson. It's a brilliant question. Now, Lucy's response is literally going to tell you what benefits to focus on when you tell her how your program works. So she goes, oh, well, for me to be able to really understand it, at least within 3 months, would be amazing. So anytime I want, I can take the kids and my husband, pick up the paddles, bring the balls, and just go and play for a couple hours. That would be amazing. Now she just drew a picture for you in your mind. Now you can keep replaying that picture for her when you talk about your program. Lucy, you're going to love this program because we're going to set it up so not only do you learn it, but your family learns it, and you guys can start spending time together on the weekends. Anytime you want, you just grab the paddles and you go. See what I did? She's literally telling me what to sell. what benefit to sell to, but she never would have if you hadn't asked her the question, what does success look like 6 months from now? Okay, question number 3. What is your biggest fear about, and then fill it in, but for this example, learning pickleball? And let's say Lucy replies, well, I'm not athletic, so I don't know if this would actually work for me. By asking Lucy to share her fear, instead of asking her to share her objection, you invite her to share the underlying false belief that holds her back from buying. Most people, if you say, hey, are you interested in this or what are your concerns? They're going to give you their service objections. But if you ask, what fears do you have? Because fear is a big motivator, they're more likely to give you the core reason. And when you understand the core reason, you can override it. Because the best way to overcome a core false belief is not by arguing against it or trying to defeat it with more logic or more proof. You simply override it. And you override it with a new story. Lucy probably got benched in high school while her friends played on the court. She's carried this false belief on her shoulders since a teenager that she will never be good at any sport. And that's holding her back from buying the program, even though she would love to learn how to play pickleball. So you say this, Lucy, one of my clients, Bobby, had a similar struggle. He never succeeded at any team sport his entire life, but after 90 days of my program, he was playing so well that other players thought he had played since childhood. When you have a true story from your life or from one of your clients' lives to share, that is the most persuasive tool. Now, if you don't have any clients yet, that's fine. Just be honest. Say, hey, let me share with you about someone else. It doesn't have to be a client. Just tell a story about someone whom you know who overcame, and maybe it wasn't pickleball. Maybe it was something else. And that brings me to question number 4. Why haven't you learned pickleball already? Don't feel like you're being too aggressive when you ask this question. This is really important because it's going to help Lucy to be transparent about her shortcomings, time wasted, and opportunities lost. By helping Lucy see these things, she realizes how much she really needs your help. It's giving her an opportunity to say, oh yeah, why haven't I yet? Like, I'm 30 years old. I could have done this 10 years ago. Well, it's because I was busy. I got married. I had kids. This was going on. Yeah, I've just been so busy. Perfect. I'm going to help you with a calendar to help you stay structured and focused. See how that works? And that brings me to question number 5. What makes you different? Why would I work with you over someone else? The reason this question is important is for 2 reasons. Number 1, this will help Lucy to sell her qualifications to you instead of you selling your services to her. See the difference? You are putting her in a place of trying to get you to say yes instead of you pressuring her to say yes. That's really important. It creates this psychological switch that will cause Lucy to value your services much higher because she realizes you're not desperate, and much higher than if you were trying to persuade her to buy your program. The other reason this is important, and equally so, is you do not want every client you can get. Let me say it again. You do not want every client you can get. Some clients will turn into a liability, so be wise. There are some clients you need to decline. All the way back to the days when Tim Ferriss in his 4-hour work week said he would fire his worst clients. Let me give you an example. If Lucy has an arrogant attitude like, well, I don't need to prove myself, then she will probably be a very big pain to work with. So what if they say they don't have any pain point? What about that? Like, let's just say I don't have any pain point. Okay, let's pretend you were pitching wholesale coffee to a church. And I'm sharing this because this is actually a true story from my life. When they say, oh, we're good, we're all set, we're all good. Say something like this. Oh, that's awesome, John. So first, just affirm what they said. That's great. I'm so happy everything's great. Awesome. That helps them to bring their guard down. Quick question. Let's keep it real slow. Quick question. If you could have the perfect coffee setup for your church, no limitations, what would that look like? Same thing with Lucy. No problem. That sounds great. I'm just curious. Quick question. If you were to learn how to play pickleball in an ideal world, what would that training look like? It could be anything. If you were to learn how to do accounting using technology with financial management, what would that look like? 99 times out of 100, your prospect is going to share something he or she wishes was different. And when you find what that is, you sell your product to that wish. That wish is John's pain point. It's just flipped from a positive perspective instead of from a negative perspective. When I sold my first course, only 3 people bought it. I was discouraged and frustrated, and I knew my content was excellent. So what was missing? So I tweaked my landing page dozens of times, and still my sales were absolutely terrible. Now at that time, my wife and I, we were selling house items we didn't need on Craigslist to generate more cash to invest in our business. And this guy comes over to buy my circular skill saw. He gets out of the car, walks over to where I was standing, held the saw for a minute, and then he hands it back and says, I changed my mind. And he starts walking to the car. And as he walked away, I called out, I said, excuse me, sir, why did you change your mind? Well, it won't work for me, he said. Okay, but can you tell me why? I asked. I need a saw that can cut through metal, he replied. Oh, this saw can cut through metal, no problem, I said. You just need to use a carbide-tipped blade, and it will cut metal like a chainsaw through cheddar cheese. He handed me a wad of dollar bills, and he took the saw. Why did he change his mind? How did he go from, I won't touch your circular saw, to take my money? It's because I found his pain point.